Let's learn about ATP. What really is ATP, right? Because we formed ATP in the previous two videos. We were talking about how ATP is produced. So let's understand what is ATP. ATP is a energy rich molecule. Let's keep it that way. It is a battery of our body. It contains energy for our cells, our function, and essentially our body to perform work. So it have those things. So how does this process work, right? Let's understand that. To work this process is done. I mean, ATP is a group of adenosine, a group of triphosphate with nucleotides of adenosine and dinucleotides, right? So, what is ATP? ATP is adenosine triphosphate, and in ATP, the energy is stored in between the bonds of the phosphate. So, the bonds contain whenever energy is required inside the body, those bonds break and energy in the form of amino acids are released. So that's the thing there, and that energy is utilized for the body. So chemically, adenosine triphosphate, as you can see right on the screen, this is what it is. You can see that whole paragraph is here, and this is the whole meaning of it. So it's a very big deal right now. And adenosine triphosphate is essential. It is known as the energy currency of the cell. Yeah, it is essentially called that. It is called the energy currency. After knowing about this type of thing about the ATP and energy, so our body goes into fasting phase, right? Now you are wondering what is that fasting phase? The fasting phase is that our body does not eat for long duration. It is the fasting phase. What happens in this fasting phase? In this fasting phase, our body starts to you not consume energy, because when we were animals and not making enough food every day, so we were required to store those fats. I mean, to store those carbs, protein, and everything. But to here, let me tell you, proteins could not be saved. They are utilized and converted into ammonia and ejected out of the body. But for the God's sakes, right here, we are going to learn about fasting. Now, in fasting, our body does not have any source that is coming in. So, the source that of the carbs, the protein, that lipids, those are the carbohydrate and the lipid that are stored into the body, those are utilized. So, protein and carbohydrate, these are broken down into the body, those are already stored within the body, they are broken down into ammonic acid or amino acid. Now there are million type of amino acid. Every type of amino acid is always different. But here we are going to simplify and only take the name of amino acid, not various type of it. So they are breaking down into amino acid, and the lipids are broken down into fatty acid. Now those are converted into acetyl coenzyme A. The fatty acid and the amino acid both are converted into acetyl coenzyme A, and that acetyl coenzyme A goes into the Krebs cycle ETC chain reaction and energy is produced. So you see here, right? No amount of glycolysis is done here, but still energy is obtained. It's a process, right? It's a great process. So this is how our body does this type of stuff. It provides energy without even having a sufficient source of it. It is a crazy thing that our body has, and it's a part of evolution. Because if you look at buffaloes and great bulky lion, bear, then these animals are always bulky, and they are always seem to have a round belly, because these have to store, because their body requires a large amount of energy. They store those food always, because they know that they are not always going to catch prey. Every morning they are going to wake up, they are do their chores and go hunting animals. It's not like that. It's only for humans. We have decided a pattern for everything, but they did not. So they always hunt for large prey and eat them, store their food in their body, and utilize it until next prey comes. So this is their thing. I hope you understand. Thank you.